Now, how long have you known Ben? Well, suppose even after years of marriage, there'll still be some things you're just finding out.
Grandma, let me tell you something. About 3 years ago, there was this certain young lady who had her first crush on a high school senior. Remember?
How could I forget?
And I remember you told me about your wedding that night. To me, I thought the most nerve-wracking moment in my life would be walking down the aisle. And I thought the same would hold true for you, too. But instead, you nonchalantly said, "No, I wasn't nervous. I knew it was right."
You remember my saying that?
I'll never forget it. Of course, when I was going out with Russ, I think I put it in the back of my mind, but I know now that if I was walking down that aisle to Russ instead of Ben, I'd still be nervous.
And with Ben?
It's right.
Ah, good. Oh, that eases my mind more than you know.
Oh, what a beautiful feeling.
Hey! Warning, warning. Oblong missile seen near landing base. Be on the lookout for flying coffee pots and hard-boiled eggs.
Okay, wise guy. That was my first mistake this morning. Now, come over here and look at this. What do you think? Huh?
I don't believe it. It's spotless. Everything is so neat, and it smells wonderful.
It must be love.
I think your brain is finally taking on the finer culinary arts of homemaking. And just when you're starting to go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't by any chance have been planned that way, Mr. Davidson.
Planned? Whatever do you mean, Mrs. Davidson?
Nothing. It's just that I noticed how ecstatic Peter was when I fixed breakfast for him the other morning. And I heard a couple of stories about your wild dinners.
Mm-hmm. And?
Well, I just think that this change is very sudden, your change for the better.
Don't try to analyze me, madame. Besides, all you would find is a very happy, well-adjusted husband.
Oh, I would I?
Yes, you would. Now, you come right over here and sit down, and I will bring breakfast over.
Oh, Scott, you are just like a kid today. Oh. It is so good to see you happy like this. I thank God for that.
So do I. Madame?
Ooh, that looks great.
Yes.
So, when do you meet with the board?
Tomorrow?
You nervous?
Mm-mm.
You excited?
Mm-hmm. You know what's really neat about this thing is that I've had a great vacation. I mean, a month-long rest is just exactly what I would have needed when I left at WRD. Besides, I needed that time for reflection. Man, I really enjoyed getting to know Liz and Jeff.
You know, we couldn't see too far down the road. But to say that the Lord answered when we needed an answer is an understatement.
No, it sure is. You know, I'm looking forward to this challenge. It's so fantastic. It's going to be so exciting and invigorating.
And now you're going to be given the chance to put your God-given concern to work for the good of the community. Just what you always wanted.
I couldn't even thought up a job like that myself. Think about the timing.
Now Lori's wedding can be perfect.
What do you mean?
Well, don't worry, Scott. I mean, it's running just about what we expected it to. And it's going to stay that way.
That's good. Now it's going to be more than perfect.
Oh,
Let's
this
eat.
looks great.
Yeah.
Is it all right if I take a break, boss?
Oh, you have been busy this morning.
Mm-hmm. Seems like half the city has decided to rebuild and remodel.
Inflation plus interest equals a remodel instead of new buildings, which
Yeah.
means more work for us.
Now, look, is there any chance that we're going to get a little help around here, my lady?
Oh, I've been pleading with the commissioners for the past 3 years. They didn't want me to hire you.
Well, don't forget, we're going to have an election coming up in a couple of months, and maybe we can get ourselves some fresh thinking from upstairs.
Maybe so.
Hey, Sam, not to change the subject or anything like that, but there's something I want to ask you.
I thought you had something on your mind. Go ahead.
Well, I was wondering if you would be interested in going to a wedding with me.
I thought you'd never ask.
Hey, I didn't mean that.
Oh, just what were you talking about? Costs and inflation? I thought you meant that two can live just as cheaply as one.
No, I'm talking about the daughter of my best friend, Lori Davidson. She's getting married, and I thought, you know, you might like to go to the wedding with me. Besides, it's about time I showed you off to my friends.
Well, I'd love to.
Good. I was hoping you would say yes.
Well, Commissioner Slaymaker needs a little something new to talk about.
Hey.
Scott, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Bill.
Oh, please be seated. Could we get you anything? A coffee?
Oh, no, thanks. No.
You've had time to think over our offer?
Yes, I have, and I'm here to say that I'll accept it.
Great. That's terrific. I'm very glad.
Well, thanks for the opportunity.
Well, you know, I felt from the very beginning that you were the man for the job.
Thanks. You won't be disappointed in your choice.
Oh, Scott, I know I won't. Do you have any immediate plans?
Well, I'd like to see what you have in the way of equipment, and I'd like to get the numbers on the transmitter strength.
Well, I'm sure that anything you might need you can find in the file in the office.
No, fine. I'd like to spend some time, if I may, looking at the hardware and the site, and then I'll work up a preliminary plan.
Well, Scott, that's the reason I've chosen you for the job. I have a feeling that you're the man who can get things moving.
Thanks for your faith in me.
Don't think that it doesn't mean that you won't have your work cut out for you. I'm going to be expecting some pretty big things from you, and I'm going to be looking for them very soon, so the pressure is on.
I'm not afraid of a challenge. I never have been. Don't worry. You'll get your results. I'd like to start putting together a staff.
Scott, when it comes to picking the top men in our organization, that's a board decision, but beyond that, the rest is up to you.
Good.
Do you have someone in particular in mind?
Yes, a candidate to head up our news department.
Well, don't forget to pick up all the keys, and let's plan on maybe next Tuesday to meet with the full board.
Tuesday. I should be able to have my preliminary report ready by that time?
Great. I'll have my secretary draw up the employment papers.
Thank you.
Remember, Scott, we're looking for some great things from you.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if this is someone's idea of a joke, but we might as well find out.
What do you suppose it could be?
Maybe somebody wants to give us a free honeymoon or something.
Uh-huh. Very funny.
May I help you?
Yes, I'm Ben Martin. I got a call from your agency.
Martin. Oh, yes, here it is. Oh, you're about to become Mr. and Mrs. Martin.
Yes, we are. What's this all about?
You have an uncle in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yes, my Uncle Albert. But what does that have to
Well,
do?
I have a message from him.
This is crazy.
Ben, let it finish.
Dear Ben and Lori, I am very sorry that I won't be able to attend your wedding. I have business commitments that prevent my coming. Therefore, I hope you'll accept this small gift.
He's going to fly us to Fort Wayne to see him?
Let her finish.
A 14-day cruise in the Caribbean.
Lori! The Caribbean.
We have all the reservations set, providing the wedding date hasn't been changed.
I don't believe it. A few minutes ago, we weren't going anywhere. And now this, the Caribbean. It's unreal.
You are sure there's no mistake?
There's no mistake.
Fantastic.
Everything you need is right in this envelope, along with your tickets. Enjoy your trip. And let me be the first to say, bon voyage.
Thank you. You don't know what this means to us.
Thank you, Uncle Albert. Thank you.
in, ladies. Come in.
We've got some good news we want to share with you.
Oh, don't keep me in suspense. What kind of news?
Well, I'll let Lori tell you. After all, it's really hers.
Okay. Ben's uncle, he couldn't come to the wedding. Well, anyway, he sent us an all-expense-paid vacation.
Oh, that's great. Where are you going?
Hold on to your hat. It's a 2-week cruise in the Caribbean.
Oh, Laurie, that's absolutely wonderful. Ben's uncle must be quite a person to do something like that. Ben must be thrilled.
Oh, I know he is. Oh, when we found out, I don't think either of our feet touched the ground for about an hour.
You should have seen her when she came home. I don't think she heard a word anyone said, almost like when she told us she was getting married.
That's another reason we came by, my wedding.
I think I've said all I'm going to say on that subject.
Mother, don't let your feud with Nancy spoil Lori's wedding.
Grandma, I want you to be there. I want you to be there sitting with us.
I'd love to be at the wedding. Both of you know that, but you also know what happens when Nancy and I are in the same room together. She keeps aiming her jibes at me, and I just wouldn't want that to happen. Not at Laurie's wedding.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I have to say this. You're letting Nancy make a fool of you. And this is one time that you're just going to have to let go of your pride.
Grandma, I can remember when I was a little girl and you used to tell me about turning the other cheek. Can't you do that for me now? For my wedding? Please?
I don't know that I can. Oh, you two just don't understand.
Mother, I'll see to it that Nancy doesn't bother you. I'm going to talk with her. She'll behave herself.
You two. Well, all right. I'll go. You're right, Terry. I shouldn't let it get to me. I'll be there for you and myself.
Oh, thanks, Grandma.
And I'll try to avoid any possible trouble with Nancy. Let's just hope she does the same.
Could you send in the next patient, please?
Oh, I thought that,
It's all right. Dr. Greeley had to attend a conference today. He asked me to sit in.
Is that my file? Have you looked at my file?
I'm sorry. I never even thought about the name. It says here that you're...
Yeah, I know what it says.
I'm sorry.
You wouldn't mind if I came back when Dr. Greeley was here, do you?
No, I understand. Look, why don't you let me make you another appointment?
Okay.
Pam, would you see that Becky's booked for another appointment before she leaves?
Yes, sir.
Look, I know that you've seen my file and everything, but I'd
Don't
really
worry.
appreciate it.
I won't say anything.
Thanks.
Take care of yourself, Becky.
Yeah. You too, Doc.
Sam, I think we ought to be very sure of their plans to take care of the chemical waste before we give them any permit. Even though there are some 2,000 men waiting for a job, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you know, that may be true, but which is the lesser of the two evils? Unemployment or unchecked pollution, which could lead to this town becoming a dead spot on the map.
I know, but we're not sure that they're gonna pump the chemical waste into the river.
Good afternoon, sir. Can we help you?
Is this the right office?
It depends on the problem.
It's my landlord. He tried to evict me. I'm a good tenant. I pay my rent, no trouble. Why you do this to me?
Let me get this straight. Your landlord is trying to evict you?
See, here. My rent receipt, all paid in full, no late. Why do this?
Well, what has happened so far is that he's asking you to get out. Is that it?
Yes, he don't give us no reason. Just get out. The others, they go. I got no place to go. I ask him why we must go. He don't got no answer. Now, he turned off the water. So we got no water for drinking, for washing, or nothing.
You turned your water off?
Yes. If we want to drink or wash, I must get buckets from the gas station. It's 5 floors to our building.
I don't believe this. This is illegal.
I think so, too. That's why I come here. You can help me.
Yes, sir. We're going to do the best that we can, but first thing we're going to need is to put all these facts together, okay?
How many of you are there in this apartment?
Oh, myself, mi esposa, and 5 little ones.
He turned the water off on your family? Sam, this guy needs to be arrested.
What's the name of the apartment building?
Here. Okay. See, here it is. Hollister Square.
Hello, student. Hello, twin. Hello, world. This is Scott Davidson.
Hey, excuse me, this is a restricted area. You'll have to leave.
No, it's all right, officer. I'm the new station manager.
Who'd you say you were?
Scott Davidson, the new manager.
Oh, okay. I'm just doing my job. No one told me about all this. Well, congratulations. I hope you like it around here. It'd be nice to have some people here.
Thank you. We'll be soon. Real soon.
Small step for mankind, one giant step for Francis Miller.
Hey, Teach, I've been looking all over for you.
Looking for me?
You're a hard man to track down, Francis. What are you doing, weighing your food before you eat it?
Oh, no, it's an essay I'm doing on junk food, how little nutritional value it has, that sort of thing.
Well, spare me the details and don't tell me how bad this is, because I'll twice you.
Oh, okay, you can have it. I took it and ate it for my experiment.
Francis, I have a favor to ask. Do you know that band who used to book for,
Summerlin.
Right.
Yeah, I used to be their business manager.
Are they still working? I mean, I'm not so much into music now. Are they still working?
Oh, yeah, they're around. They're doing pretty well, in fact. I've got them booked in some pretty decent places. I don't know, Becky. I don't know if they need any talent or not. I don't know if there's any openings.
Francis, it would be very important. Let's try.
Oh. Yeah, well, sure. I'd love to. I promise.
Susan, he dragged her to the dance floor and he started spinning around doing his old dances and stuff. Listen, I'll talk to you a little bit later, okay? Well, I guess I might as well say it. Congratulations. I mean that.
I appreciate that. I was hoping we could be friends.
Yeah, well, I guess sometimes I can be a pain. I should have apologized a long time ago.
That doesn't matter now. Let's forget the past and look forward to being friends.
Agreed.
How are things going for you? Any news on the date for you and Becky?
Oh, no, nothing so far. We're probably going to put it off for a couple of years. You know, let things kind of sit and see how they look. I think that's best.
Don't have cold feet, do you?
I should be asking you that. You're the one with the wedding planner.
No, I don't think anything could make me change my mind. I feel I'm the happiest guy in the world.
Yeah, well, I'm a pretty happy guy myself.
Yeah, well, I know that, Russ.
I'm sorry. It was a stupid thing of me to say. That's my problem, you know. I jumped to too many conclusions.
Well, forget it. I think we're both going to need a little bit of time adjusting to this new situation.
Yeah, I think that you're right. You know, I didn't even think I'd be talking to you, much less going to your wedding. It's kind of strange.
Well, I'll tell you, Russ, you should marry Becky before someone else comes along and steals her away from you.
Oh, no, I don't think that that'll happen again. Besides, Becky loves me too much to leave me for something as simple as a wedding ring. And anyway, besides, you know what they say, once you make it legal, it starts to go bad.
Well, I don't know who you've heard say that, but I'd say they were wrong.
Maybe so. Maybe so. We'll see, huh? See you at the wedding.